Hello guys, it's me Zena and welcome back to my channel Zoom with. Recently in my school I gave a webinar on how to write a blog, and I thought this would be great to inform all of you guys as well. It would be great to show you how to actually write a blog. I feel like blog writing is something that is really quite trendy right now, and it's also quite essential because once upon a time we used to do complete handwritten articles, essays and things like that, but now it's totally the generation of technology, am I right? So blog writing is becoming really trendy, and I feel like everyone, even if you're not interested in how to write a blog, I feel like you should definitely know how to write, or you should have an idea or something about a blog. So I made this video especially for you guys and I hope you really like it. So without any further ado, let's get started. So for more convenience of the video, I actually have a presentation along with this whole video, so it'll be better for all of your understanding. So let's get started. Starting off with how to write a blog. Now let's quickly look at what we're going to be going through in the video today. First of all, we're going to look at what is a blog, then why is blogging important, how to write a blog, some trendy blog topics, some tips from my side where I can upload my blog, some sample blogs and activity in the end. Now let's start off with what is a blog. So a blog is basically an online journal or informational website displaying information. So this was our very formal definition, but just to break it down in simpler words for all of you, blog writing is basically when you write an article or an essay or basically anything which displays information and you put it out on the internet for other people to read as well. So in this way you're basically sharing information with tons of people on the internet. So that is one way blog is really helpful. So now in this we basically have two types of cases. Our first case is when our writing skills is not really good and we want to improve our writing skills. So you basically start by writing one blog, then you write two blogs, and at one point of time you'll write almost 50 to 100 blogs. And then you will realize that your grammar is drastically improving because by each blog you're getting better at your grammar. It's always said, practice makes a man perfect, and that's basically said for a reason, am I right? So in this way your grammar keeps getting better because you also refer to other resources and other sites. So by this way your writing skills improves drastically. And second case is when your writing skills is already great. You are great at writing, you're basically writing a number of articles, essays and things like that for your school. So in that way your writing is really great, it's just that you want to have more practice. You want to take your writing skills to the next level, you want to upgrade it. In this way blogging is a great way to help you with that. Second advantage, you are the boss. Now this is one advantage that strikes me really hard because this is a great advantage. Honestly, when you are giving articles or essays for school or basically to some organization, you always have mainly three types of restriction. First of all, restriction on the topic, that you're only said to write on a particular topic, or in most cases they give you an idea and you have to make sure your article or your essay revolves around that idea. Your second restriction is the word limit, you know, how long or how short your article or essay needs to be. And third is your writing style. Now most of us really love to write in an informal way using loads of contractions, exclamation marks and things like that. Generally informal essays or things like that, we always need to stick to a very formal and particular style of writing. Now blogging, if you are that kind of person who loves to write in an informal way, you can stick to that, right? There's no restriction on you. You're the boss. You're playing the whole show. You're managing the whole show. So in this way, you are your own boss and you have no restriction in blogs. Number 4, giving back to the society. Now basically when you are writing blogs, in most cases they will be informational, right? For example, you like to read about space, so you will write about space, and in this way I'm pretty sure out of a population of billion, you are not the only one who are interested in space, am I right? There are thousands of people out there who really like space, and in this way you're basically educating them about what space is. Other than that, even if it's a cooking recipe, you're basically sharing information with other people, and they will also love to try out your recipe. So in this way, you are sharing knowledge and you're sharing information. So in somewhat way, you are giving back to the society. Popularity. Now, by popularity, I mean brand advertisements. So this is basically at a stage when your blogs have really good quality content, right? So you're writing blogs on a daily basis, and they have great content and their quality is quite good. So what happens, big and famous brands approach you to advertise their products. They have products and they would want you to write blogs on them, to advertise their products. A new Apple iPhone is out in the market, they'd want you to do a product review. So things like that are really famous and trendy right now, and that's what brands would do. And this comes with a large amount of cash, so you get paid a handsome amount of money. Other than this, blogs also help in building your portfolio. So I'm pretty sure all of you are aware what a portfolio is when you are containing or when you're collecting all your achievements for submitting to a particular college, university, or even job application. So as soon as you show the particular organization that you write blogs, this is quite impressive because writing a blog is not an easy task, right? It requires consistency and focus and dedication, of course. So they will know that you write a blog, and this is honestly quite impressive. So they will accept you. Well, they won't only accept you, but they might accept you with 100% scholarships, 75% scholarships, or whatever that is. So this is a great advantage. Moving on. Now let's look at how to write a blog. So we basically know what a blog is and its importance. So let's finally start off with how to write a blog. But again, before actually starting the writing work, there's still one more step left to do, right? And that is step number 1, that is establish your why. Now this is also known as intention setting. Now intention setting was something my mother introduced to me recently. Basically, before you're doing an activity or you're going to take a major step in life or you're going to start following a routine, it's very important to have your intention set. In the sense, why do you want to start it and what are you going to get out of it, right? This is very important to keep in mind. What are you going to get out of it? How is this going to be advantageous for you, right? So this is very important. So before you start writing a blog, it's important to ask yourself, why am I going to start writing the blog? Is it because writing is truly my passion? Or is it because I have a particular information and I want to convey it to the world, so basically sharing information? Or is it because I just want to earn money, right? So in this way, you should ask yourself why you want to start a blog, and similarly, you should write content or similarly work accordingly, right? And now your second step is think of a concept and a title. Now, concept thinking is where you will need a little brainstorming. Now, this isn't the case when you are truly passionate about writing, but you do not know what to start off with, what you should write and what you can start off by writing. In the case when you have a particular topic with you and you want to convey more information about it, then that's great. You just need to start doing your research, write a good article, essay on it, publish it as your blog. So that's great. But when you don't have an idea, that's when you need to start doing some brainstorming. So in a few more slides, we will see some trendy blog topics and all of you can take ideas from that. Or otherwise, you can also just talk whatever you are interested about. Write whatever, in something that interests you, something that intrigues you. Writing about that will really help. So next comes title. Now for a title, you should make sure your title is very catchy. This is the tricky part. It is a common stat that only 80% of the people read your headline or title and 20% of the people actually bother to go through the whole thing, right? So over here, as you can see, your readers are quite smart. Your readers love to save their time, right? So if your readers are smart, you need to be extra smart. So extra smart, I mean, you need to make your title so catchy, so interesting. As soon as a person reads it, they click on it and they go through your whole blog. They don't just, start off with a few lines and they just stop reading it. They need to go through the whole thing. That's how interesting you need to make your title and your blog. And third, have an introduction post. So I'm pretty sure all of you are familiar with what we do when we meet a new person for the first time, right? We introduce ourselves. So when you join a blog community. When you start blogging, it's very important to say hi to your blogger community, right? You need to show them that yes, you have joined, and every time you post a blog, they read it, right? So this is really great. And moreover, it is a big benefit for your readers. Your readers would love to know more about you personally. In most cases, when we are talking about very formal things, readers just get to read the article, but they have no idea who's actually writing them. They have no idea about any information of the person who's actually writing them. But when you connect to them on a personal level, when you introduce yourself, you talk about yourself, your hobbies, your age, where you're from, your name, of course. So this helps your readers connect to you at a very personal level, and it makes your blogs even more interesting to read, and your readers will always look forward to reading your blogs. So that is a great way to have an introduction post. Step number 4, have a structured body. Now let me just give you guys a quick example. So in this slide that you can see over here, I have 2 paragraphs, right? And my first paragraph, all my information is displayed in bullet points, whereas in the second paragraph, all my information is in a whole big paragraph. So I'm pretty sure all of you find number 1 to read more convenient, right? So in this way, every time you have more of a structured body, your readers find it more convenient to grasp information. The more convenient you make it for them to read, the more they'll want to read it. That's an obvious fact that we all are aware of, right? So you have to make sure that you write in small paragraphs, you use loads of bullet points. For big information, you use bullet points, you use subheadings. You'll have your main title, and under that you have your subheadings, and you also need to use a decent amount of visual aids. And by visual aids, I mean pictures, graphs for informational blogs. So pictures make your whole blog look aesthetically pleasing, so that's very important to do. And by decent, I mean it should be a right amount. Some people add way too many pictures, that doesn't look good. Some people don't add pictures at all, that doesn't look good either. So you should have a decent amount of visual aids. And number 5, have your good conclusion. Now in your conclusion should always be short, crisp, and concise. It should properly summarize what your whole blog was about. Again, as I mentioned earlier, your readers are smart. Many people, including me, I'm going to be honest, instead of going through the whole blog, I actually just read the title. If I read the title and I find it really interesting, I will, instead of going through the whole blog first, I will go to their summary and their conclusion, right? I will read that, and if I feel like the blog is actually some benefit of mine, then only I will go through the whole blog. So in this way, I'm saving a lot of time, right? So you need to make your summary in such a way that your blog sounds very interesting firstly, and it should be short and concise. If your summary is long, then of course people will know that your blog is also going to be long and boring, and you need to cater as much as attention you can to your blog, right? So in that way, you need to make your summary short and concise as well. Now, moving on, let's look at some trendy blog topics that are actually going on. So starting off with, first we have health and fitness, beginner guides, product reviews, breaking news, myth debunking, recipes, travel blogs, DIY and crafts, lifestyle, home decor, beauty and fashion, making money online, education and technology. So basically, by a lot of research, these are some of the most common and famously read blog topics. So this is something you can also work upon if you don't have any ideas for your blog. But if you do have ideas, I completely suggest that you stick to your own ideas. When you stick to your own ideas, then they're quite unique, and that's what makes your blog different from a lot other blogs, right? So that's one really great thing. So now let's move on. Now I'm going to give you 4 tips from my side that I have personally faced. First of all, consistency is the key. Now this is an important life lesson that almost all of us follow and should follow. The same applies even if you're a YouTuber. So when you're a YouTuber, you need to make sure that you're uploading videos every week. When you're a blogger, you need to make sure you are uploading your blogs every week. And now I'm just giving an example of every week, but it could be up to you. Some people upload every 2 days, some people upload every day, some people upload every 2 weeks. It's completely up to you. But as I say, you should always have a periodic amount of time between each and every vlog, right? Because in this way, let's say you release a vlog and your readers find it really interesting and they're looking forward to the next one. But guess what? You didn't upload one. You didn't upload a vlog. Now, I might sound over dramatic, but honestly, your readers might feel betrayed, because they'll feel like, you know, she just hooked me and now she just abandoned me, right? Because I was so interested to read, I was so curious, I was so excited to read her upcoming blog, and she just didn't upload one. So this makes your readers lose interest. right? So always consistency is the key. Number 2, use personal stories. Now, I mentioned this earlier as well. Out of a population of millions and billions, you're not the only person who goes through a particular experience or who faces a particular thing. There are millions of people who face the same thing, right? So by using personal anecdotes or personal stories, you may never know, a person might relate to you so much, a reader might relate to you so much, and they will want to read your articles even more. So using personal stories definitely make your whole blog sound very interesting. Number 3, be you. Be original. Don't try to copy anyone else, right? So first of all, copying in the sense of 2 things. First of all, when you like someone's blog so much, you will try to write like their style. You will try to copy their style, you will try to write like them, and it doesn't work out, right? Why would a reader want to read similar blogs? A reader would definitely like to read something different, right? Something they've never seen before, something that is the first time for them. So if you have your own unique style, it makes your blog different from a lot of other blogs, and a reader would definitely like to go through yours as well, right? So in this way, never copy. And then the second thing, that is when you like someone's content so much, you just copy paste the whole thing in yours. This is called plagiarism. I hope most of you are familiar with this. When you do plagiarism, it's first of all not good. It's not even allowed in many cases, right? So you shouldn't do that. You should refrain from doing that. And number 4, keep monetary goals aside. Now, when I mentioned earlier, why do you want to start a blog? You should have this intention. Why do you want to start a blog? Many people start it for money, for earning money. Now, let me tell you this. When you start a blog, you're not going to start earning money overnight. It takes a lot of time. As I said, consistency. It takes a lot of consistency, dedication, hard work, focus, right? So you might not just start getting paid overnight. It takes loads of time. It takes months, years, who knows, right? It basically depends on how good your content is. So if you are impatient and if you just want to start the blog for the money, and if you cannot wait, right, you should probably just not start a blog. And this is an honest feedback, honest opinion to all of you. If you cannot wait, if you don't have the patience to wait for the money, then you should just probably not start one. You should not start a blog, because at one point of time when you're not getting paid, you're just going to get desperate, right? You're going to be like, I'm not even fulfilling my goal. What was my goal? To earn money, and I'm not getting that, right? So what's the point? I'm just wasting my time. When you're writing a blog out of love and passion for the blog, for writing, then how much ever time gets spent, you spend 2 years writing, 3 years writing, you're not getting paid, but you're still happy. You're investing your time into something you love. And when you do that, when you invest your time into something you love, when you invest your time in your passion, that time is never a time waste. It's always something productive, because you love to do that, right? So it's never a time waste. So these were just some quick tips from me from personal experience. Alright, now where can you upload the blog? So all the main stuff is done. Now we're coming to more detailed things, like you've had your blog content ready. Now where will you upload it? Now the first thing that I'm going to tell you about is blogger.com. I feel like this is the perfect site for amateur bloggers. It gives you free domains, it helps you start a website, it helps you start a blog, and it's honestly quite convenient. Next is wordpress.com. It's similar to Blogger, and also Wix. Wix, I feel like, has more complex website designs, which most of you might really like. So, and all 3 of them are quite convenient options. Of course, I believe WordPress and Wix are paid, but Blogger is absolutely free. And if you are all actually genuinely interested in starting to write a blog, building your own website, you can definitely invest. But if you're not, maybe you can probably just start with blogger.com. Moving on, now let's quickly look at a few blog samples, and I'd love to show you that. First of all is Tony Robbins' blog. This is how his blog looks like. He mostly writes about business, entrepreneurships, relationship advice, how you can start making money, and productivity basically. So this is basically how his blog outline page looks like. Next is the TED blog. I love the TED blog and I read it very often. It has various interesting articles. As you can see over this, they have a discover page, they have a create page, and they have a support page. So it's quite interesting. You can read loads of things. You can create your own as well. And next is Meg Says. Now, Meg Says is one of my favorite YouTubers. I get a lot of advice from her on how to start a blog, and she has her own blog. She does makeup reviews and travel vlogs and things like that. So I feel like I had to put this in, and all the girls out there, I feel like all of you will love her blog so much, because her blog looks so aesthetically pleasing. And yes guys, I will put all the links of the blogs and also where you can upload your blog. I'll put that all in the description below. If you want to go take a look at the website, you can feel free to do so. But yes, I do suggest all the girls to go check out Meg's blog. I love it so much and it's definitely so aesthetic to read. Quick activity for all of you. So this is one way how you can start your own blog, your blog outline. So you can create a kind of mind map, spider map, or whatever you call it, a concept map. In between you can write your blog concept, what you want your blog to be about. In the side you can write about your blog's intro, what all points you're going to include in that. Then above you can write your blog's title, your blog's body, and your blog's summary. So if you create a concept map like that, and when you start your blog, it's very easy, you can just refer to it, and similarly you can just construct your blog. Alright guys, so this is it for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, this was quite formal of a video, I think, because I actually prepared this as a webinar for young students. My email address is over there if you want to reach me, or if you have any doubts or queries, you can just put a message over there. And please do check out my previous videos. I make a lot of videos on self-development and social skills, so I hope all of you like them, and all the links will be in the description box below. Anyways, hope all of you loved today's video, and yes, stay tuned for next week's video. Until then, take care and bye.